Hi everyone! Woo woo! I just saw someone say, have we started yet? Yes, we have. We're here. Me and Debbie are so excited. We've just been having a little chat beforehand and we cannot wait to bring this to you. Thank you so much to everybody who's here. I can see all your comments down the side. I can see you're all excited. Lots of people here to support Debbie as well, saying how amazing she is. Can I just say this is actually pretty amazing. I mean, you new presenters out there that look on at the leaders that come on here and do this training, listen up. Debbie is here to talk about home parties, okay? And she only joined this business in November. She's not even 12 months into her business, and she is here on this webinar ready to speak to up to 58,000 people who can access this. So, oh my God, that is like ridiculous. So welcome. Tonight is all about customers. We're on pillar 2. And we're talking about customers and how we can boost customer bases, in particular with home parties. Now, if any of you girls on here are looking to grab that trunk and all that new Y-Cash and all those new bonuses that Unique have brought to us with the fast start system, then you need to listen up, because even though I am the online party queen, I still believe wholeheartedly that a home party is definitely the way to launch your business. And Debbie is here to teach us how. Now then, a few stats on Debbie is, here we go, pink status. She's a pink status presenter live on the webinar. She brings in around about 500, on average, 500 PRS per home party, and she's also teaching her team to do the same, which is what we want. We want duplicatable systems. So, are you ready to party, girls? I can see there's people on from New Zealand and everything. Yay! So, I'm going to hand you over to Debbie. Debbie, can you hear me? Can you just see if we can hear you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yay! Right, I'm going to minimize myself. And I'm going to maximize you. And when you're ready, away you go. Good luck, darling.
Thank you. Hello. Okay, good evening, girls and boys, if there's anyone as well. So I'm really going to be here tonight to talk about home parties. This is actually a massive, massive topic. So I'm going to take through some of the key points in as brief a way that I possibly can. I am going to send out slides afterwards, so there are PDFs and PowerPoint slides available. Pretty much going to cover everything that I talk about. So don't worry if you haven't got a pen and paper ready, or I'm going to have lots of notes to send to you as well. Okay. So I'm just going to dive straight into it. Notes of any questions and at the end. So parties, home parties, really good way to start off your business. Really good way to get into that warm market, which is your friends, your immediate friends and family. With the new fast start scheme that we've got, this is a really good way to make sure that you're going to get those bonuses. Okay, it's a good way to get a lot of PRS in one night. It also gives you more contacts for recruiters and sponsoring, and for other home parties, and obviously ongoing custom. So when we start, right, the first thing is party. So if you think you're going to book in a home party and just turn up with your bag of makeup and it's just going to happen, it's not. It's not going to happen for you, okay? So the 5 Ps. Planning and prep prevents poor PRS, all right? So that's your 5 Ps. A lot of the party is going to be done before, okay, and that's where the hard work goes in. It might sound like a lot. It's really not when you get into it and you get used to it. And it will make sure that your party goes off with a bang, all right? So first of all, you need to think about what you're going to do with your home parties. So are you going to give it a brand? Make it you, make it signature, because if you just put up it's a unique home party, well, everybody's doing that. So what is it about your party? So mine is called Beauty Smile Beauty Tricks, and I give a bottle of Prosecco to the hostess as a standard gift from me. So, and that's my thing. So that's what I call it. And that's what all my advertising's around. So have a little think about theming it and branding it, because as you're putting it out and promoting it, people will get to know it, okay? You're going to need to get to know the guests. So you've got a home party put in. You need to set up a Facebook event, preferably about 7 days before. If you don't have 7 days, just set it up as soon as you can, all right? The hostess as a co-host for that party, and ask her to invite in everybody that she's actually invited to the event, all right? The first thing that you want to do now is introduce yourself, all right? So whatever you're most comfortable with, depending on where you are in your journey, a short video, if you're going to do a lot of parties, and it is a good mess, video that you can reuse time and time again is a good way of doing it. A quick live, or even if it's just a selfie of yourself with a quick note, just to say, you know, like, hi, I'm Debbie, I'm the Unique Presenter on Saturday night. I can't wait to meet you all. I'm going to pop some posts in here over the next few days. So if you haven't seen our products before, you can start to see what we've got, okay? That way they're going to start to get familiar with the products and get a feel for it before you get there. If you just start posting the products without doing an introduction, it's going to look a bit spammy, right? So don't start posting about yourself and said, hi, here I am, is why I'm dropping them in there, okay? So that's the first thing. Prepping the guests. You need to be posting now in this event daily. You've got this event there for 7 days, and you want the guests prepped. You don't want to go in cold, because it will take too long to get everything warmed up when you get there. So you've got this opportunity now to get to know the guests and for them to get to know you, okay? So what you want to do now is make your plan for your 7-day event that's up there before the party. You want to write down probably 3 posts a day on what they're going to be. You can't cover everything in here, and you're not going to be able to cover everything that you can. You need to sit down and think about that you're going to try and sell the most. Do it with products that you have knowledge of, that you have access to, and that you're familiar with. If you start trying to sell something that you're not comfortable with, that you haven't used or you don't have and you won't have on the night, it's going to fall a little bit flat, all right? So you're better off having a more focused attack. Usually, whenever that month's Q-dot is, okay, from the kit. I mean, this month is perfect because you've got 3D5 Flash that in there, but you know, there are things that you're going to be able to pick out. Keep it focused, all right? The other thing with the 3 posts a day, it doesn't just have to be product, all right? It could be a general beauty tip, because you want them to be relaxed. You don't want to feel like they're going to get the hard sell when they're going to get there. So some general beauty tips. It could be about the unique products or general tip. You could put in little short videos. So if you've done a little product video, like with the lipstick, it doesn't smudge and it doesn't come off. Those are absolutely great. Flawless full, the half face showing the one side, then the other side, not all things like that to show the coverage. All stuff like that is absolutely perfect. Mineral pigments showing the primer and without the primer, so you can see the difference. All of that great, okay? You can go live in it if you want. I wouldn't recommend doing it more than once, and I would probably leave that till right till the end, just before the party. And it could be just a little live to sort of say, so excited, you've had a little look at the products now, can't wait to meet you all tomorrow. If there's anything that you're particularly interested in or want to have a look at, just drop a note in this event so I can make sure that I've got it catered for, all right? You can also put up there if you've got any incentives for the party, maybe give them a heads up. The only thing I would say though is just don't give too much away, okay? The products do sell at the retail price because they are good value products. And if you give away too much now, you'll have nothing to give away later. And you may want to save some discount vouchers and things as prizes for the night if you're going to do games, which I'll come on to later. Okay, so this is the 7-day lead up in the post. Just moving on, so you're probably thinking 7 days online event before the party, why? Okay, so when you meet your guests at the party, they're already going to be familiar with you and they're going to be more at ease with you straight away. Okay, so that's, the ice is broken already. I'm just checking now on some of the messages. Is it still cutting out sometimes? I'll keep going. It seems to be okay my end at the minute. Okay, so you're going to be really familiar with guests, their names, and commend that event, that you actually start having a little nose around the profiles if you can, so you can start to form an idea of the kind of people that you're going to have at the party, what they look like, the kind of things that they're into, so you're already going to be a little bit familiar. They will have already started to form some views on the products that you will have shown. So when you actually get to it and you say, like, you know, is there anything you want to particularly try or have a demo of, they're going to be a bit more vocal than if they go in cold and they've never seen the products before. They're not going to know what to ask. So that helps to warm that bar as well. Okay. So end to end, this means that they've had a chance to see the products and to see you. So if they want to purchase, they can still purchase even if they're not going to attend. Okay. So that's why. Now prepping yourself. So once you've got that event running and it's starting to gather momentum and you've got the posts going in there and you know who's coming, you need to talk to hostess. It's such with hostess. Double check how many people are coming, because there are going to be people coming potentially that aren't on Facebook. So just because you've got 5 people in the event chat, for all you know, she might have invited 50. So it's worth checking. And obviously that's extreme, but it's worth checking. Check how long the hostess is going to want you there for, all right? Because that's going to give you some idea on how you are going to plan your party, because they're not all the same, all right? And you're going to need to fine tune it depending on what you're going to be facing. So how long is she going to want you there for? Is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? When are the guests arriving? So if the guests are arriving at 7, you need to be talking to the hostess about you getting there for about 6:30. You need to be there a good 30 minutes beforehand, so you can set yourself up so that's all for the guests arrive, preferably, okay? Then you need to talk about table. Where are the products going to go? What size is the table? What kind of layout is the room going to be in? It's important you have this conversation, because it's don't assume that you're going to have a table. It's the only way that I can say that. You need to make sure, I mean, if she's having a party, her natural instinct is probably going to be to have a buffet and put it on the table. If she does that, all right, so have that conversation beforehand and get that sorted out. You need to know that you're going to have something to set up on, what kind of size it's going to be, so that you can be prepared beforehand. All right. Okay. And as I say, you need to understand what kind of layout that you're going to have as well, so you can just be prepared for it on the night. Are they all going to be like stood around and you're going to be at the are they all going to be sat around in a circle? Going to be doing? Okay. Right. More planning. Sorry. It is all about planning. And it's really important that you do the upfront work, because the more work you put in upfront, the better this party's going to go, basically. And the more confident you're going to feel, and the more control you are going to feel. All right. So I've got all the information about the party. I know the guests. I know what they look like. I know that I've got a table. I know I'm going to get there at 1:30. What are you going to do? Right? This is where you now have to plan and write your script. All right. Now, you can write a script out, but one, you know, and there's no boilerplate for this. All right. Each one is going to be different, depending on the audience, and you need to tune it to the audience. Otherwise, it's not going to go well. All right. So, things. If you're going to do a makeover, you're probably going to need to allow about 45 minutes. So think about how much. If you don't have that much time, you might need to maybe not do a full makeover, do the flawless full, or do eyes or something like that, okay? Will anybody be having a go at a detox mask, potentially? Are you going to do somebody's eyes with mascara? Are you going to give them time allocation to just peruse and without you hovering over them, say about 20? That's usually quite critical, because those that are a little bit more reluctant to get involved, they might have an idea of something they want to look at. They're more likely to do it if you just give them a little bit of space, and it gives you an opportunity to go off and refresh, okay? Open with a brief outline with yourself, so you're going to need to factor that in. Keep it brief though, okay? You don't want any more than 5 minutes at the beginning on this, because they're there to see the makeup. You don't want to bore them, all right? Introduce yourself, maybe a little bit about the products. Give them a brief outline so that they know what they can expect on the night, and then get straight into it. All right. Games, animal bingo, poem game, what's in your bag, whatever games you're going to do. And I've got a couple of those to go through with you at the end. And as I said, I'm going to share all this. I've got this all on PowerPoints. I'm going to share all of this for you, so don't worry about that. You need to think about booking time in for games, okay? Read your audience. Talk to your hostess about this. She knows her friends better than you do, all right? So she's going to know if you suggest animal bingo, which I'll explain later, and you talk her through what that actually means, she might actually be like, you know what, there's a few people that they're not going to really get into that. So there are other options. So work with her. She does know her friends better than you, all right? So take a lead from her to help do that. And it's going to be a party that she's got to be happy with as well. Because at the end of the day, you want it to become a regular head. One thing I will say though, is when you're trying to plan this out, the more product that you put on their faces, the more they're going to buy. Okay? Generally what happens when I give somebody a makeover is they'll look at themselves afterwards and be like, that's fine, just give me a list of everything you put on me and I'll have it. Genuinely like that. But you want to be able to do that with as many, all right? So even if it's just a bit of the eyes, a bit of mascara there or whatever it is, the more product you put on the face, the more they're going to buy. Okay? So once you've had the conversation, you've sat down, you've thought about your script, you've worked it out with your hostess, write yourself a script for the night, okay? Just an aid memoir, just to keep you on track for the night and to keep you on track with time as well. What you don't want to do is to spend too much time on one thing, is the value of another activity that you have planned. You put it in there for a reason, try and stick to your script, okay? Now then, what do I need to take to the party? So you've agreed the outline. Number one, makeup, obviously. Take as much as you possibly can. Whatever you've been promoting in your event in the run-up, and whatever that month's kudos is, you really should be taking those. So you need to at least make sure you've got those. Pay attention to your event coming up to the day. Make sure you're etc. If there's anything that anybody's shown particular interest in, make sure you take as much of a range as possible for this kit. There is no reason why, as starting out, you can't do a good home party with your presenter kit. It literally has so much variety in it that it is unbelievable. Don't be afraid to ask to borrow stuff from your wife sisters, okay? I have done this, I have borrowed out, I have borrowed in, you know, your sponsor, your downlines, your peers, whatever it is, just ask, you know, even if it's just asking to borrow samples instead of the whole product, they're going to help you, okay? So don't be scared to ask for help. Table. So coming back to the table conversation, you need to make sure that you have got something to set up on, and if she hasn't got one, you're going to need to think about how you're going to deal with that, all right? So it might be that you need to take something like a pasting table to cover or something like that, all right? Tablecloth. Type is up to you. I prefer plain. because otherwise you lose all of the products on the table, really. It just looks a little bit more professional when you put the tablecloth on, and especially if it's the big table, it helps to protect it a little bit and we can get spilled. We're on the table there to be more hedge, and even have a practice run at home. Think about what you're going to take. So you've got your maker, you're going to lay that out, depending on how much space you've got, what else you could be doing to make that table look nice. Don't throw away all your empty product boxes. You can keep those, stand up in the background, to have on display. Yeah, so that they can see different things there. I like to use mirror plates to put some of the products on, just because it looks nice, obviously make sure they're clean, because I like to do it. I like to have things that stand up, because otherwise you find everything's flat on the table. So if you can try and create some height, even if you gift wraps and boxes to pop your stuff on, and I use photo frames as well. So things like really simple, just a collection of that one goes up, the perfect balance there. It's information for them and it's easily seen. Okay. Little thing on the what's the gluten free, what's the vegan. I don't have an up to date one of these, by the way, with all the new products on. So if anybody's managed to get their hands on one, then please send it in my direction. I've got this stuff as well, just a little loyalty, just to kind of put it out there. Obviously, got any zipper covering, not for testing, and just another list then again, things like organic, paraben free, etc. Okay, so things like that. It makes a difference, but keep it to you. You know, make it your personality as well. You know, because they don't expect to see some of you on that. I also put things like flowers, pearls. It all just sets the table off. It just makes it look like you thought about it and you care about it, and it's a little bit more welcome and inviting for them. Okay. What else do you really need to take? Take a mirror. You are going to need to take a mirror for them to be able to try products and test them. All right. If you can take more than one mirror, that's great. But otherwise, make sure you take one mirror preferably so it stands up. All right.
Hey, ladies, Debbie, can you hear me? Ladies, can you hear me at all? Can you just comment? I know that we've got major connection issues here. Hello, just let me know if you can hear me. I can see all your comments at the side, and I'm just aware that that was absolutely amazing right up until 5 minutes ago, and it sounded literally like going. I can't even see you. Let me see. Oh, it looks like her Wi-Fi was just playing up. I can hear lots better, but still a little bitter. Yeah, honestly, sorry girls. It's obviously a connection with the Wi-Fi. It's just interrupted a little bit, is what I can see. The thing is with this, girls, you've got to have clear Wi-Fi at your side as well, and our side. Right, I'm just going to go over what I got from that, because I think I could hear pretty much everything right up until the last couple of minutes. And I think what maybe we could do is ask Debbie to go live in one of the team groups. She did say that she was going to put her PowerPoint into the group, which would be absolutely amazing. But this is what I've got from her. I think the biggest takeaway for me was to set up an event online. Let me just see if I can get it back in. No. To set up an event online and promote your home event in the event online. So basically, she said she posted 3 times a day in that event, videos, pictures, kinds of things, different products, and she was warming people up to the products. So when she turns up at somebody's house, that it's not cold, it's not they're meeting her for the first time. So they're meeting her online in this event. She goes live the day before and she's all excited. She has a chat with them all and she asks them questions about what they want from the party, so what kind of products they want. Somebody asked a question about kit and she was just literally, when she was breaking, answering that. Basically what she said was grab everything and anything you can. Obviously take all the products that you promoted in the event. Don't start promoting things in the event and then turn up with something different. So make sure that you take the products from what you've been promoting in that event. And if you have to ask your sponsor to borrow some of their kit, then really as sponsors, that's what you should be doing. I just lend my kit out, some of my kit out tonight to some of the girls because they've got customers that really want to try certain products. As sponsors, you should be opening people up to our kits. Ask people, even teaming up with sidelines can be a really good idea. Take catalogues if you don't have much kit. Exactly. Yes, Paula, take catalogues. What else do you say? Oh, yes, she's just literally popped up. It was amazing. And also, I'm good that she's totally lost connection. So she does this for 7 days. For the event, she posts 3 times a day. She goes live the day before. And what this does, you know, that way of home party, and like 10 people say I'm going to turn up, and then 5 turn up. Oh, she's still here. I can't see you. I can't hear you or anything, Debbie. Oh, hold on. Is she coming? She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. She's still trying. She's still trying to come in. What she was saying that it does, this event, is the people that like don't turn up, you're still hitting them with the product and you can still have conversations with them. So for me, that was absolute genius. Write a script. I think she said something about 45 minutes for a makeover. So talking to hostess and finding out what a room is like, finding out what a table's like, finding out what kinds of people are coming, what they can be into. So then you can tailor. I think I can hear her. Debbie. Kind of. I know. It's like, do you want to see if you can pick up from where you left off? Because I can hear you quite clear now. A little bit. You sound a little bit like you're in a goldfish bowl. Just a little bit, but we'll just go for 5 minutes. And if it starts breaking up, we'll rethink the plan. Okay, I can hear you okay now, so maybe try again. Just from where you I finished where you were saying about the table and borrowing things that you need. That's kind of what we ended on, and then you went off on it. You can see it now. Oh, we can't hear you. It's quite a bad connection. I'm going to have to leave. Lots of girls have still 70 odd people on, but I'm just concerned that it's the sound does keep breaking up. So what I suggest is maybe if we put you in the MMC group another night when you're free, and then everybody will be able to hear you a bit more clearly. I think it must be a connection, something going on your side. But I'll have a chat with you after this. So girls, look out for a little poster that we'll do. We'll announce it, that Debbie will go through her training again in the MMC group, so the MMC team group. One night this week or next week, we'll sort it out with you. Okay, ladies. So sorry about that. Can't help these technical issues at the end of the day. But stick with us. Next week we'll hear again. We have sponsoring next week, so look out for it. I'm excited. Ladies, thank you for being here. Thanks for sticking with us, and thank you for all the positive comments as well. Lots and lots of positive comments today there. She did smash it right up until the last second, and it wasn't her fault. So thank you, girls. See you all soon. Bye.